What is up, everyone? This is me, Prasanna Balakrishnan, back again. This time for the match review of Chelsea 2, Lille nil in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16. Champions League nights are back. And after December, you are thinking, when is this going to come? Who are we going to face? Because we finished second in the group. We just missed out on finishing top of the group, but still we somehow got a favorable draw. Not once, but twice. As we all know how the Champions League draw went, the absolute circus that went on, but we had to still do the job what we had to do. First, like thoroughly professional performance, 2-0 at home. You can't ask for more than that. Even though there are no away goals rule in this tournament, not conceding a goal was probably the ultimate thing, despite us not scoring more than 2 or 3, because that was what it was for us. We had a change formation, we had some changes. So I'm going to get to in a sec. But before I go into this review any further, I would like all of you to hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to get notifications whenever I upload videos like this or go live. And let's just go into this. This is how Chelsea lined up today. They lined up with a back three of Christensen, Thiago Silva, and Rudiger. The wing backs, Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso. Azpilicueta was back after missing out the last game at Crystal Palace. Kovacic and Kante, the midfield duo. And the front three of Ziyech, Havertz, and Pulisic. Werner and Lukaku were on the bench. Tuchel actually stating that Lukaku was tired and he had fatigue issues. There were people like Loftus-Cheek, Solnigers, Mount, all on the bench. Mount was back in training and he's on the bench. I think he'll probably start on Sunday in the Carabao Cup final at Wembley against Liverpool. It remains to be seen who Tuchel plays, because there were some very good players today, and unfortunately there were 2 injuries, but they had to be taken off. But last few games we haven't been actually been on fire. Yes, we were winning, but we were not clinical. We were not ruthless enough. We were just scraping through, just getting over the line. I know that's the be all and end all, like getting results, that is the ultimate thing, but sometimes performances do worry you. But this performance, although wasn't 100% convincing, but at least I could say, compared to the last few games, I would say at least 70% or 80% convincing because of the way we played. We started the game on absolute fire. The intent was there. We were pressing high. We were getting in behind the defense. And you see this early opportunity. Ziyech puts in Azpilicueta on the wing. He puts it in first time. Havertz gets free of the defender and he literally misses it from here. You could give it to him that the ball bounced a bit after the ball comes in, which makes it a bit difficult, because when the ball doesn't bounce, or when it just rolls off the floor, it's much easier to do it than when it just bounces just before it reaches you. But still, you have to put that at least on target. At least even if the keeper does make a fantastic save, it went way above. And at that point, you are thinking, okay, we have started well here. We just need to get the goal. Minutes later, Pulisic creates this opportunity. I think Pulisic was absolutely fantastic today. Captain America, fantastic performance. He was so good today. He got a goal as well to show for it, which I'll come to later. But I think he's shown that he is really worth, and he has to be given a run of games, and he has to be played much forward, not just in the wing back position, just because we need him to play wing backs. Play him forward, and you see how he performs. He was absolutely brilliant today, and I hope he can continue more of the same performances, provided he's put in that forward position. Havertz brought a save out of the goalkeeper at this Leo Jardim in the 6th minute, and from the resulting corner, he was not to be denied. Look at where he starts and look at where he finishes. Ziyech puts in the ball in. It was a perfect ball. Look, Havertz starts. There was no one closing him. He literally just runs towards the ball. No one marking him whatsoever. He hits it down to the ground and up onto the roof of the net. That is 1-0 Chelsea. And at that point, you're thinking, okay, wow, we have started on absolute fire. We've started like a train. Let's just keep on going and going. But at some point, the thing is, we were not that consistent. Sometimes we were sloppy on the ball. Alonso was getting caught out repeatedly for pace down their right-hand side. Renato Sanchez played. Let's talk about him for a minute. I think he had a fantastic game today, Renato Sanchez. He was running Alonso ragged. He just didn't do that final part enough. Otherwise, he pretty much caused us problems every time he went forward. He had a fantastic Euros in 2016 with Portugal when he won it. Then he went to Bayern Munich. Then he went to Swansea. It didn't work out whatsoever. But he's in Lille now, and I think he's find his true work, should I say? It's kind of finally working for him, so to speak. Because today he was absolutely brilliant, and I think Alonso in that first half, particularly on the defensive side, he was caught for pace on repeated occasions, and it was Thiago Silva that had to bail him out. Thiago Silva, man, what do I say about this young 37-year-old defender who just keeps on performing week in, week out at this age, performing week in, week out on a consistent basis. It just does not get any better. Probably our best free transfer ever. I mean, who's to say no for that? And again, another brilliant performance today. Alonso, on going forward though, he was an option. He was doing the overlaps on the left hand side. He was getting in some good positions, and I thought when he got this chance, it was some good play from the right hand side. The ball cross comes into him, and Alonso, I thought he would smash it first time because that's what he's capable of. He has a very good left foot, and he can shoot on target. And we have seen him over the years do from that position, score some wonderful goals, put it right into the corner. But he just went for that side foot instead of putting your laces to it. And if he did that, probably would have been 2-0. Apart from that, nothing really much to speak of in that first half. Defensively, thought we were quite solid. Christensen was good. Thiago Silva was Thiago Silva. N'Golo Kante was just doing N'Golo Kante things. I don't know how many lungs he has. It should be called 3 lung Kante or 4 lungs, whatever, because he just keeps running and running and running. And Kovacic did have a decent first half, but more often than not, in certain positions where we could have played a forward pass, there was some sloppy in possession, but it was good that we had a defense that could cover for some of the sloppy mistakes today. And Mendy, to be honest, didn't have really much to do. He didn't have any saves to make as of such. At worst case, the Lille players, they're probably just shooting straight at him. If they had any shooting moves like what Palace had 2-3 days ago, if they had shooting moves, probably they would have been more clinical. And at that moment, probably we were kind of lucky today because the Lille were extremely poor in the final third, but give credit to our defenders. They were absolutely brilliant. Second half came on and we had to get that second goal. First half ended just 1-0. Second half, we had to get that second goal, and we did through Captain Medica, who had a fantastic game. But before that, Kovacic had to be taken off. First 2 minutes, he kind of looked very awkward, and he was doing some... He literally put the pass straight out of play, and he was right to be taken off. He was taken off, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on, and they were showing in the camera him going through the tunnel, and he was in a bit of discomfort. And I think that is a cause for concern. Hopefully, it's not serious, but hopefully he gets. Hopefully, it's not too concerning because we have the cup final, and we do definitely need him. But the second goal came. Lille had a decent opportunity. We defended well again. Thiago Silva puts this ball to Kante, and look where Kante starts running. The Lille players just back off. No one going forward to put in a tackle. They just back off. They just give up. Kante literally to run the whole. It was literally past the halfway line, and he literally went on almost to the D box. Puts in Christian Pulisic, who timed this run beautifully, and he took a touch, and he almost stumbled over, but he managed to put the ball in the back of the net before he fell over. That was 2-0. That was pretty much game set and match because there was no coming back for Lille after this. And other than that, it was a good performance today. Can't tell much more. And I forgot to tell this at the start. Kai Havertz actually scored with his 8th touch. If you know, you know. Probably we don't need Lukaku. There was a random stat that without Lukaku we have more XG. I don't know what the hell that is. That's some random stat just to make up the numbers probably. But sometimes without Lukaku we have looked much more better up front, and I genuinely think he will start the cup final on Sunday, and he better put in a performance worthy of what he wants to become, because I don't know what Tuchel's grudges against Werner. He could have started Werner today, but at the end, we got the result what we wanted, so it really didn't matter, to be honest, at the end. But I think Lukaku will start the final. I think maybe Mount will start the final. Ziyech, unfortunately, also had to go off injured. He was clutching his leg at a point, and and I just hope it's nothing serious. I actually haven't read what Thomas Tuchel had to say. Let me just go through this real quick. Tuchel places Kante and Havertz after Lille win. Let me just share the screen. It'll probably get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So this is what Tuchel had to say. He praised Kante and Havertz after Lille win and updates on Kante, yet another man of the match. Kante doing what N'Golo Kante keeps doing every single time. And what else can we say? I just hope that he remains injury free at least till the end of the season, because we do need him in the big games. He's a big game player. And on Kovacic and Diaz, one downside to a Lille game was the loss within a few seconds or minutes of each other. Of informed Mateo Kovacic an injury, especially with the cup final on the horizon. Don't know about the injuries yet. I should have substituted Kova earlier, perhaps at halftime, so he could have saved a change. I didn't see Hakim's injury. Haven't spoken to the doctor about it as yet. So he himself is not that clear about how the injury situation is actually turning out to be. So we have to wait and see what actually happens. But yeah, that's about what we have come to see today. And today we need to get the job done. We got the job done. Tie is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, but we still need to go to fans and do the job. And I think we do have enough to do the job. And here's some stats from the game. We had 9 shots. They had 15 shots, albeit some of them were just so random shots going into row Z. We had 4 shots on target. They had 2. We had more possession. We had 2 less corners than them. But yeah, the main stat that matters, as I keep saying, 2-0, Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic scoring. And yeah, happy days. We're on a good run at the moment. Perfect run in going into the Carabao Cup final on Sunday at Wembley. Chance for our 3rd trophy of the season. And I can't wait already for it. It's probably just 5 days away. It seems a long way, but the players do need some more of rest and recovery. And one thing is, it's Wembley is just in London and Chelsea's obviously in London, so they don't need to do so much traveling around compared to if the case was we had the first leg in France, then we have to come back travel. Then not an excuse, but just saying it's much more easier now that the players have enough time off. So that's about it for this review. If you're new on this channel, hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the bell notification to get notifications when I upload videos like this or go live. And India plays Sri Lanka in the first T20 on the 24th of February. So I'll be doing a match review of that. And yeah, looking forward to Wembley. And as I keep saying at the end of every single video, stay safe and wash them hands.